Hello, everybody. Welcome. It is playoff season here in the G1 Baseball League. You got your good old commentary team, J and R. And our first game of the playoffs, we've got the Pandas and the Sirloins. How you doing today there, Jim?
I am doing well, Rod. It is good to see you after the week off while they restocked the Claire Bear Medical Facility in anticipation for the highly anticipated anticipation of the G1 playoffs.
Right. Well, I can understand them wanting to be fully stocked. I mean, I don't know if you saw it, but somebody out there put out a somewhat, I guess you could say it's somewhat funny, folly video. It's the greatest hits, in quotation marks, of the G1 Baseball League. Did you by chance take a look at that video that somebody put out there?
As I was having my morning coffee and waffle, I indeed had a chance to look at it. It was very well put together. By the way, you should go check that out if you haven't already. It shows some of the greatest hits, in quotation marks, from our full season here in the G1 Baseball League. Right,
and if that doesn't tell you why they won it. Oh, there goes the first half.
Yep, out number 3, 3 up, 3 down for the Pandas. The Sirloins coming to bat with Lloyd Cook leading off.
Right now, obviously we're in the playoffs. All these teams are, well, in the top billing, I guess. The Sirloins and
top 8 teams.
Yeah, and the Pandas are no stranger to adversity. As we got a steal, but Portal Ben gets the out at sec. Oh no, he was safe. I thought that was out.
Nope, his right foot did a little dance around the tag and was safe, and that may lead to a play at the plate here. Indeed it does.
And can't get there in time, as now the Sirloins take the lead here in the bottom of the first.
It is 1-0 here in the bottom of the first. The Sirloins jumping out to an early lead. That is a long drive out to left center field. It's extra bases, maybe a play at the plate. They're sending the runner from third.
And oh, another one in for the Sirloins. 2-0 now.
Indeed, it is 2-0 in favor of the Sirloins. They are out to prove that a lot of folks saying they were one of the teams that should not have made the playoffs this year, and they're out to prove that they should have.
Right, I mean, obviously the Pandas, they worked their way here as we got a walk.
Pandas had to struggle down the stretch and barely made the as the 6th seed barely made it in, but here we are.
Right, tried for a double play, but the Pandas unable to pull it off. As here comes Damian Rush. His first at-bat here for the playoffs.
Bases loaded and no out. Well, as I said, that is a strikeout looking.
Right, a lot of pressure here on Frank for life. Here because, bases loaded. I mean, it's only the bottom of the first. They are down by 2. They need to get up to bat again. And, tried to slide in, and here comes not 1, but 2 more for the Sirloins.
And if the Pandas want any chance, they need to get the double play here and get out of this inning. Indeed, that is what happens.
There it is.
They still score 4, and it's a 4-0 lead in favor of the Sirloins.
All right, they got to not worry about.
Nope, they just got to continue to do what they do. The Pandas have to get runners on base at this point, disrupt the flow of the Sirloins starting pitcher here in the top of the second. Just something to break out of the early hole they find themselves in.
Oh, indeed, because that is a big hole right there when it comes to what they have. As now here comes Maple Bacon.
as Maple Bacon is up. Don't forget while you're at the concession stands to pick up your freshly squeezed squelch.
Heard they got a new flavor. Speaking of freshly squeezed, it's like an orangish flavor. I don't know. I haven't tried it.
You know, I had some Fiber Ahoy the other day, and it gave me the runs, Rod. I don't know what happened there. I think maybe I got a bad batch.
Well, you never know. Whoa, that's a big pop up going way back, but I think they might have that for the third out right there. I mean, you never know. You might not have mixed it correctly. I mean, if you get too much mix, it'll definitely sail right through you.
It might mean that also my milk was bad. I'm not sure here, but the sirloins go 1, 2. The pandas go 1, 2, 3 in the top of the second. As the sirloins are back up to bat, and the pitcher Manny Kay is leading off for them.
And there we go, the first out.
Now back, the second baseman, Floyd Cook.
Lloyd Cook once again, a solid shot, but the left fielder bleeding is under there for the second out. As Cat stands and comes to the plate 1 for 1 with a single and a run batted in. As the Pandas lead off here in the top of the third, Portal Ben stepping to the plate.
Number 13.
Captain of the Pittsburgh Pandas team there, looking to get something across. As that is a ground ball to third and the first out.
All right, the Pandas, they got a lot of work to do to make up those those 4 runs that they are currently down.
Obviously, throughout the long season we had here in the G1 Baseball League, we saw teams come back from bigger deficits, but to be down 4-0 this early, you want to try to get a couple of runs across as quickly as possible to kind of not stop the bleeding, but to get momentum back on your side.
All right, I got to say, as we are rounding out, about like a 2-minute warning on predictions out there. It looks like a lot of people out there in the sports universe at large are heavily favoring the Pandas to come out on top in this first game.
It looks like whatever fool made that prediction thought that the Pandas would come out swinging here, but as it turns out, it was the Sirloins who must have seen said prediction and used it as billboard, used it as locker room material to motivate.
All right, as now here comes Long Ballo. And there goes strike number 2, and hits the ground for the ball. But there's out number 1.
Now batting, the left fielder, Jones.
And popped way up. The catcher going back. There it is, out number 2.
Now back, the third baseman, Madoka Hayata.
And Hayata comes up to bat on the final out here in the bottom of the third. Solid hit, but look at that. Goes right out to Fook. Now already top of the 4th. It is still 4-0.
As Walker Braddock steps to the plate 0 for 1 today. Remember, folks, since it is the playoffs, don't be alarmed by no statistics for some of the players. It's a brand new season essentially for the teams that made the postseason.
Way up high, but comes right nearly straight down for out number 1. And as we are here in the 4th, your time to get your predictions in have come to an end. See who's going to get a whole lot of channel points here on this wonderful channel. It looks like in a searing, like a majority, overwhelming majority hoping the sirloins, ouch, come out, find a way, find, I guess, an opening to get the win here.
Ron, are you sure you're looking at that right? Because the way I'm looking at predictions, I see 99% in favor of the Pandas. Unless something changed. In the
Oh,
last
sorry, I had it backwards. It was an overwhelming majority for the
Damn it,
Pandas.
Steve, stop hitting the papers upside down. You know, I think next season we're going to have to find a new intern, because this one is not reliable at all. So that is a solid hit the middle of the center field for a single. Sending us, we could count the ways that he's screwed us over and sent us to, I'm sorry, this is not for honor. Willard Wiggins stepping to the plate here for the Sirloins as the steal attempt is on and safe.
Oh, safe again. Oh, it's a rough steal attempt. And look at that, going home once again, making this 5-0.
The catcher, Preston Adonimus.
And that's a solid hit, but it's going way out. And oh no, the center fielder folk couldn't quite catch it.
As we should have a plate portal man opposite throw to third to keep the runner at second. And the Sirloins are out again to adding runs to their lead as it is now 6-0.
And, trying to possibly bunt here. There it goes.
Runner advances to third and is safe.
Now,
nothing going the way of the Pandas here this afternoon.
I mean, they fought to get here, but the Pandas, the Pittsburgh Pandas, might be a little in over their head here in the playoffs against the Sirloins, the way it's looking here, Jim.
Yeah, Rod, unfortunately, it seems like they skirted in. They used all of their effort and energy to get into the postseason, but didn't think what would happen once you got to the postseason.
Now batting, the first baseman, Pat Stenza.
And that's a solid hit, but he's able to get there for out number 2, but that runner.
Sac fly works, and just like that, they're up by a touchdown, Rod.
Well, that's a different program. That's
sorry, that's tomorrow night.
Yeah, that's tomorrow night. Which, from what I understand, their little thing, they're going well. They're scooting right along with their regular season. And of course, we wish all the best to those teams and those commentators as well, because we're in.
Gotta look out for each other here in the booth.
Oh, that's true. As now, here we go. Finally, the Pandas back up as Little 1.
Is right now the Sirloins pitcher is indeed dealing here.
Right, I mean,
in the top of the 5th. I didn't expect Case to come out motivated, but that is another strikeout.
The right fielder, number 14.
and that's a solid hit, but I don't think it's got the distance. It does not. As Jones, yep.
Number 13.
I gotta say, we were in the 5th. We're we're like halfway done with this game, and the Pandas just cannot catch a break. Haven't had anybody on base really, and they
have had somebody on base because they took a walk earlier, but it is still, as you see, the zeros across the board for the Pandas. Not looking good here as we go to the bottom of the 5th here as Fans for Life comes out and Bushmaster comes in. Obviously, the double switch, bringing in P. Walter out there in left field.
Right, maybe this here will help stir things up, throw the Sirloins off a little bit. Help them make a comeback that they so desperately need. There we go, the first out.
Now batting, the third baseman, Madoka Hayata.
Off the plate. Steve Wright. Steve Wright.
2-2. And out number 2.
Now batting,
But now here comes Damian Rush. And there we go. We go now to the 6th inning. Looks like Helping Hand coming up first.
now batting, the catcher, number 97.
Steve Wright. Steve Wright.
So far, it looks like the switch in pitching and pitcher paid off. Well, as I said,
Yeah,
before,
but I mean,
Helping strikes out.
right? But I mean, Kays is just out here looking fit as a fiddle, just on fire. Bringing the heat, being very strategic with his pitches, and just shutting down the Pandas at bat. As there, we got a hit, good hit, but that just leads to out number 2.
Third baseman, number 2.
And oh, that's a good one, but the left fielder gets over there for out number 3.
Barely making the plays. Once again, zeros across the board for the Pandas, and the Sirloins step to the plate here in the bottom of the 6th, still holding on to that 7-0 lead.
Wiggins.
Steve Wright. Nope, outside. Little ball.
Solid grounder, but gets the first for the first out.
The catcher, Rustin Adonimus.
Steve Wright.
And oh, right to third. And out number 2.
Now batting, the pitcher,
And now here comes the pitcher. Manny Kays up to bat. They're going to go ahead and let him bat because, I mean, he's been doing good. And is that? No, just over the foul line.
That's low. That's inside.
Got a keen eye on him, but that is out number 3. Oh, watch out. You might hurt your knee there, Kays.
now batting, the right fielder,
All right, Walking Bread. He's 0 for 2, as you're going to see a whole lot of zeros. Whole lot of O's for everything. And a lot of people from the Pandas here as we are in now the top of the 7th. And they are running out of time, Jim.
That's outside.
Indeed, Robbie. It is Rod. It is. Sorry, I'm getting my. I watched too much football I watched too much of the G1 Football League this past week with Robbie James and Mitchell.
I mean,
But indeed, Rod,
with the week off, I will say I was right there with you. I watched it. I got to say, that was a heck of a game.
That's high.
All right, I mean, it was raining in that game, and it was just madness. It was hard hitting. Oh yeah, I can see why people would want to tune into that here Monday nights on this channel.
now
Indeed, it was a great
batting, the
matchup
first
between the
baseman,
Sentinels and the
number
Cowboys.
68.
As once again, the Sirloins pitcher is Manny Kays is dealing as that is a long fly ball to left field and should be. And it is out number 3, and still, as you see, zeros across the board. I'm not saying it, but you know what I mean. As the Sirloins once again coming up to bat with Lloyd Cook leading them off.
Second baseman,
I gotta say, I think the time is up for the Sirloins at this point to worry about, whether they get any runs. They could just at this point they could probably go ahead and say the word runs, and they'll probably just put them on the board. Oh no! They dropped the ball on that one. You hate to see it, Jim.
Indeed, that is it. It's not. It could be a costly error, but it looks like at this point This game is well in hand for the Sirloins, or well in hand for the Sirloins. So Pandas out there just fooling around, just trying to figure themselves out for the next matchup between these two teams. Is I'm pretty sure, you know, this game was well out of hand earlier than that, where they could count on those runs to win them the game.
All right. I mean, this is the first game of the playoffs. I mean, each of these teams that you're going to see here on display tonight, they're going to have to. They're a best of 3. All right, so they still got a chance. You know,
as this ball is deep, and off the top of the wall. Look at all the runners bunching up. As it is now bases loaded for the Sirloins, with once again no outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Flint Jones, who is the power man for the Sirloins. One swing of the bat will, well, that is how you do it.
All the way back to the boards, and look at that. Another, and another, and another. You know, we've said that, you know, talked about a mercy rule here in the G1 Baseball League, and I think the Pandas would definitely welcome it at this point.
At this point, being up 10-0 in the bottom of the 7th, if there was such a mercy rule, it would be.
If there was such a mercy rule, now would definitely be time to implement it, because that is a big deficit as Bushmaster is out. And Nanoski and Sentinel Gray with another double switch. There we go. Out number 2 as here comes Willard Wiggins, who is 2 for 3. Got 3 RBIs here tonight. And
number 3 as we go to the top of the 8th, with the Sirloins putting up a 3 spot there in the bottom of the 7th. Still 10-0 here. As Little One just looking to get something across the board here. Anything, a walk, just something to break up Manny K's rhythm out there on the mound. 7 innings pitched, a walk, and 6 strikeouts.
There we go,
it is, folks. The first hit of the ball game for the Pandas, just like that, and the no-hitter is gone for Manny K's. I wasn't going to say it because you don't want to jinx this.
Yeah, you don't. I mean, there's a lot of superstitions, and that is one of them. If you mention it, generally the opposite happens, which we know all too well. Okay, lit up 2-2 for Sentinel Gray here as he got back before the first baseman could get him. Woo, that was close. That was almost a double. Oh, that's a pop-up. That's going to go for out number 2 here. I mean, I will say, as the game has progressed, the Pandas, obviously they're not getting any runs or nothing, but they do have a person on base. They have seem to have gotten their footing, and hopefully, since this is a best of 3, maybe in the next game make a nice comeback and really show the Sirloins what they're all about. Because, I mean, you never know. Maybe they just weren't ready here tonight for the bright lights, the big playoff party, and stuff like that. As now it is the bottom of the 8th, and the Sirloins back at it.
Indeed, is Nanoski out there looking to just get this inning over with and get their offense. As that takes a bounce off the first base bag, which means it is a fair ball and out number 1 here in the bottom of the 8th. As the Sirloins fans can probably at this point are up and down doing the wave in the stands. because they are thrilled to see. They are they're chanting "well done" to the players on the field at this point.
And that's a big pop-up, but it goes back, and it looks like the center fielder is able to get it out there for out number 2. And there we go. The right fielder, walking, breading, managing to grab that one. As I got to say, Jim, this is going to be a rough inning. I don't know where they're going to be able to find 10 or 11 runs.
Well, before they find any runs, they got to get some hits. Otherwise, you're not scoring runs, as Manny Case has been dealing all day. 6 strikeouts, 1 hit, 1 walk through 8 innings pitched so far, and hasn't looked any less.
Oh, Walter!
It's a thrown bat.
Yeah, he is not happy here.
You know what's sad when the bat goes further than the ball, and that is out number 1 here in the top of the 9th. This Manny Case hasn't looked any different throughout this entire ball game. Has been dealing the whole time.
Right. I mean, he hasn't needed relieved. He has been stalwart, ready to go, just on fire here tonight, the whole game.
Yep, and that is the big difference for the Sirloins here this evening. Their bats have been awakened, but the
Pandas, the
pitch
pitch
haven't been able to do anything, as the pitching has countered them perfectly.
Yeah, but I mean, after tonight, I don't think Kays might be able to come back tomorrow night, because after this, I mean, all 9 innings, it is done. He has pitched all of them, showing exactly what he is good. And the Sirloins getting the win here to start off the first games of the playoff.
As the box score shows the story, it started early for the Sirloins and never stopped. As you see, they're putting up a 4 spot in the first and adding 6 more runs just to put salt in the wound and cook up the Pandas here with a 10-0 victory.
All right, I mean, just look, these are some rough stats here.
Yep. The Sirloins sent players up 34 times to hit or to take a chance to play 11 hits, 10 runs scored. Of course, no home runs, but that's okay because they were consistently hitting as often as they could. But the biggest thing, of course, being only the 1 hit by Little One in the top of the 8th is the only hit across for the Pandas. And of course, striking out 7 times. As we take a look at some of the pitching stats, we'll be focusing a lot on Manny Case here for the Sirloins. We'll probably get the #1 star for tonight's game. As you see there, 9 innings pitched, 1 hit, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts, and obviously no runs across.
All right, he was, like you said, a shining star here tonight compared to the Pandas, who had to switch out a lot to keep the Sirloins' bats at bay. But with that, look at these MVPs. That is a lot of red meat on the menu here, as we've got there in first, the pitcher, Manny Kays, going all 9 innings, which really set him above and beyond compared to Filet Jones and Willard Wiggins, who both had gone 1-3 and 2-4. Both of them with like 3 RBIs and runs of their own. And yep, that is it here for the first game. We will be back with the next game here of the playoffs. Jim and I will be back before you know it, so stay tuned.
Now I'm going to use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. All right, well, while we wait, it looks like it's going to be going down through the games one by one because it went to the hunters and the grapplers next, which we said we'd go ahead and simulate. So we'll just wait for good old Jimbo to get back here. But, you know, also thank you all for being here for the baseball. As, oh man, this is going to be interesting to see these various stats for the playoffs start to build up, because right now it is on this little screen that I'm looking at, it is dominated by the sirloins, but we'll get to that. Welcome back, Jimbo.
Yep, I said all the things.
So, going back to this screen, it has went to the hunters and the grapplers. Remember what we said we were going to do?
Yep.
All right, then let's go ahead and do that. Let's simulate this game. Grapplers 1 to 4. All right. All right. All right, there we go. The tweet has been sent out. I thoroughly agree, Donut. Because here you see the next game, we've got the Blowfish, Extreme Contact Specialists, the Game Day Griffins, who have morphed into Extreme Defensive Experts. On the Blowfish, you got Wanda Dregler, M. Steed, J. Carloco, K. Gutterson. And for the Griffins, you got Adam Garfield, Shiro, Silent Hero, and Matt Dumpster Monkey. And the first of 3 games. So, I can't do it with that, can I? I have to go over here. There we go. So the sirloins won. Complete that prediction. We are done. So now we should probably go ahead, go into who is going to win this game. The Blowfish or the Griffin? All right, you got 10 minutes to get your picks in. And you can win a lot of channel points, which can be used for, you know, like what Jimbo did. Where we couldn't say... oh, that points were runs and... So, go ahead, get into that, and I guess we can go ahead and start this game, can't we, Jimbo?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Swagger Center. We've got your next G1 Baseball League playoff game coming at you with the Blowfish and the Griffins coming at you. And, of course, as always, by my side here in the booth on this hazy day is my good friend Jim.
Indeed, Rod, as Garfield is pitching for the Blowfish. And this might be the first time in a while Garfield's pitching for the Griffins. And what I was going to say is that this is the first time in a long time this season where we've had the Blowfish on here on the broadcast. We've unfortunately had much better matchups for the most part when we've seen them. As I say that is a deep fly ball over the left field wall. A leadoff home run for the Blowfish.
That is one way to start your playoff game with a home run, and Garfield has gotta, Garfield gotta be feeling that. But you're right. I mean, we just came from that game with the Sirloins and the Pandas, and it has been a while since we've even seen the Sirloins as well. And well, let's just say that was quite the game to call there.
Indeed, it's the Blowfish taking a cue from the Sirloins as they are
just banging that ball.
Now batting, the first baseman, Jose Carloco.
And oh no, not again. There it goes. Another home run.
Back to home runs here. Another 392-foot shot. Something got put in the water today as that is well, not back-to-back, but that is a two-run home run, 3-0 in favor of the Blowfish. And just like that, the Griffins are on their heels.
Right, 3-0 to start here already in the top of the first, as now we got finally the second out. There we go, finally. A third out. And the Griffins can come up as, hey, look at this. We've got the league hitting leader, Lena Bathanato, starting us off.
For those who missed our last episode, Lena led the league in batting average at the end of the season. Of course, she just missed out on essentially our most valuable player. That was won, of course, by Ricky from the RTFL Flamingos.
And hey, she got contact, but unfortunately it's a little high here in the hazy sky and the Swagger Center. Going for the first out as here comes Red Robe, his first at-bat here in the playoffs. Let's see if he can do any better. As also time is ticking down on your ability to get your predictions in for who do you think is going to win this game. And looks like here tonight, and we got some overwhelming support for the Griffins. Oh, that is a broken bat, but
And the third out is just like that. 1, 2, 3. The Griffins go down in order as the Blowfish step back to the plate, still in the lead, 3-0.
Now batting, the second baseman, Cheyenne Hill.
No, inside. That's low.
All right, 3 balls, 1 strike. And, oh, goes past Manny Makoto, out to Donut.
Now batting, the right fielder, Rod Ford.
All right, I mean, Garfield, after everything that's happened, we are here already in the second. Looking a little tense, but... Because, I mean, it's been a rough start for... Oh, Shiro with that slide! No, unfortunately, couldn't get the double play. But 1 out, better than no outs as they... Whoa. Is she going to go for a bunt? Try and advance the runner here?
Looks to be the case. As there's only 1 out, you get the runner over to second and in scoring position for the next batter.
And there it goes. And that is out number 2.
Now batting, the center fielder, Nairobi Wanga.
All right, runner is in scoring position. This could be a nice RBI for Naruba Wanga. Here, oh, that's a strike. Another strike. And that's a grounder, but there it is, the 3rd out as the Griffins coming up, as it looks like Kevin Silent Hero going to be the first at bat.
Now batting, the first baseman.
Let's see if Silent Hero here can get some momentum flowing for the Griffins.
No, inside. Strike. That's inside.
And, oh, it's foul. Now 2-2. And, oh, foul again.
He's getting contact on it, but it is just a little late.
And, yep, foul once again. There we go. That'll be good enough for a base hit. Silent Hero on first here. Let's see if Shiro can continue this here. Because, I mean, they're only down 3. That is a lot better than we saw in the last game. If Shiro gets it over to right field, as Silent Hero going over to third. Getting a little aggressive there, Jim.
Indeed. I mean, at this point, being down 3-0, you got to take chances.
No, that's inside.
As now here comes Don Donut, the center fielder, up to bat. And, oh, that's a pop-up.
At this point, 1 swing of the bat. As Eric Shortbus coming up, shortstop for the playing left field today for the Griffins. 1 swing of the bat could easily bust this game wide open for the Griffins and tie this ball game up.
And hopefully he has some better at-bats here in the postseason, in the playoffs, than he did in the regular season. He's able to get to base in time and get a run in for the Griffins.
No, that's high.
Uh-oh, there it goes, and oh, it hit the ground. You saw 3 people running after that ball trying to get the out.
Indeed, they formed a triangle, but it was not the.
And they got 1, but they are still down by 2 here, going into the 3rd.
Now batting, the third baseman, Peg Gutterson.
Now hopefully Garfield can you know, shake off any feelings, any tenseness, and really get the. Oh, it's going, but it is foul.
Thankfully, very foul-worthy Griffins.
Uh-oh.
It doesn't look like it's foul. Better, hopefully, take the park and it.
Oh! Look at this. Bounced just off the wall.
Gutterson's first home run of the playoffs. It is back to a 3-run lead for the Blowfish. As you kind of get the sense from the dugout of the Blowfish, as well as the players on the field, kind of get the sense that as Robe makes a stellar catch for out number 1, kind of get the sense that they are upset and angry that this is the first time they've been on the broadcast in a while.
All right, and Donut getting that. That's only going to be good for a single base. I mean, they are out here. They are swinging, making contact, swinging for the fences here today, Jim.
No, that's high.
They're out to prove something, and so far they are proving that exact point. It's just
Oh, wait a minute. No.
high fly ball.
Looks like Short Bus has got this one.
Now batting, the catcher, Sting McGee.
And Shiro sliding after that one and able to get it to first. Look at that.
One thing the Griffins were known for in the second half of the season was their defensive capabilities, and Shiro showing why as Garfield stepping up to the plate for the first time today, leading off here in the bottom of the third.
All right, and that is one thing you got to give the Griffins. They came back from, I mean, a lot of hardship, a lot of hard work on display here in the regular season to get to this point, and especially even to get to the playoffs how they did.
Indeed, they were looking middle of the road for most of the season, and in the second half, they got back to basics. You know, went back to the
no. Think about what you're saying. All right, Jim. Middle of the road. The first time they were out here, their pitcher Claire could barely hold on to the ball. Okay, they came. They like had to rework themselves from the ground up.
Well, when I say middle of the road, I mean they were at a 500 record early at the halfway point of the season.
It's like whoever put this team together, they didn't know what they had, where they put everybody, what they should do with them.
It's almost like the manager and owner of the Griffins couldn't come together on what positions everybody plays, and eventually got it figured out. And things started to click from there, as that will be the final out of the bottom of the third as we go to the top of the fourth. Still in favor of the Blowfish, 4-1.
All right, as now we are.
They had their struggles to begin the season, but also they were at the halfway point of the season, and even 16-16. So they had some positives, but also a lot of negatives in their favor. And obviously, they took some time, got back to the basics and the foundations of what makes that team successful here in the G1 Baseball League, and it has paid dividends for them as three players go for the ball. Shiro ends up underneath it, almost forming a triforce there. That is out number 1.
I got to say, with the way things are looking for Garfield, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a switch up here before too long.
That is out number 2. I mean, so far since he's aside, since that first inning, he's only given up the 1 home run, but still, pitch count slow. I mean, his stamina, he's not looking like he's super gassed. I mean, unless he gives up a couple more runs, I think we'll see him last until the 5th inning.
Right. I mean, if anything, it looks like his accuracy out there with the ball and such is starting to take a little bit of a hit, but
that is out number 3. Bottom of the 4th.
So, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised before too long. Maybe not this next inning or something, but to really try and put the Blowfish out, they might have to make a call to bring in somebody new, somebody different.
Well, we will see. We got pitch. I mean, the Griffins are very lucky in that they have pitcher of the year pitcher of the year, Clay Farah, out there in the bullpen. So they have some arms behind the starters to help keep them.
Oh, Gutterson with that leaping catch. But that brings out Silent Hero now. The only person on the Griffins managing to get a run in, as that's a grounder, but not able to get the base this time.
The shortstop, number 48.
No, inside.
And that's a good one, but it's going foul. But, oh, they're going after it. And that is out number 3. That's a rough inning right there. Nobody got nothing, but the score is 4-1 in favor of the Blowfish, who are now at bat.
As we are about at the halfway point of this game. Remember, folks, we got one more game after this to show you.
But, I mean, it's not like these were the only games in the playoffs. At around the same time we did the other one, who is it? The Hunters and the Grapplers went at it. Unfortunately, things didn't go so well for the Hunters, as the Grapplers won that game 4-1. So another tightly contested game, somewhat mirroring this one right here with the score, but there's still more time to go, and this score could change. And that's a solid hit.
Ball out to shallow right field, and Nini Makoto's going to say, no, that's my ball, and get the out there in the shallow right field. As Marvin Steed's having to play 1 for 2 today with a single for the Blowfish.
And that's another high fly ball going to right field. Okay, looks like Lena got that one. Thanatos for out number 3, and now the Griffins back up. And it looks like first up we got Don Donut.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 4.
Let's see, maybe hopefully he's with the right amount of contact, the right amount of power behind a good enough pitch coming his way. See if he can get something going for the Griffins here, but it is already 2-2, and oh, that's a grounder to first for the first out.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 14.
And oh, that one goes foul. You heard that little dink.
That's high.
And oh, solid grounder right through the middle. Eric again able to get to first base.
Now batting, the catcher.
Getting a hit across as Dumpster stepped into the plate 0 for 1. Dumpster came into his own towards the end of the season. Brought his average back up over the 225 mark after struggling through much of the season. As this is not the way you want to do that.
Oh!
That is a double play, the old 4-6-3, and that is the end of the 5th. We go to the top of the 6th. Same score in favor of Foodie and the Blowfish.
Jose Carloco.
You hate to see it. I mean, the Griffins' defense on display. Unfortunately, they let the 4 runs through.
Elvis Stanley.
At this point, they need to go on the attack. They need to attack when they're on bat as best they can, because as we've seen, their defense, they've got their heads where they need it to be in this game, as we are in the 6th inning. And they need to be. Oh, nice out number 2 for Garfield there.
You like to see the Griffins pitcher smile as he's striking people out. It's a good sign for momentum and for morale.
And oh, that one goes in the ball range. And again, as Sting McGee. Oh, that leap by Shiro. It goes all the way back to the boards. That's going to be a double.
Now batting, the second baseman, Cheyenne Hill.
Now with that, again, the Blowfish in scoring position, so to speak. 2-1. 2-2 now. 2 outs. And that is out number 3.
The hit doesn't do anything for the Blowfish, as it looks like Garfield's scheduled to lead off. Well, let's see if the Griffins take him out or sub him in for a pinch hitter.
Up there it is, bringing in Patrick DeBaser to pitch hit.
Indeed, the hit reset on the lineup, and Patrick unfortunately unable to do anything, as that is out number 1.
As now here comes Lena, who is 0 for 2 here today. The pitcher definitely not giving her any pitches to work with, that's for sure. Pitcher doing a good job of shutting Lena's bat down as, ouch. That is out number 2. And, again, the shortstop, the second baseman were there, as now in comes Nekosel to relieve here, starting off the 7th.
Now batting, the right fielder, Rod Ford.
Now, we've seen a lot of times here, Jim, and I mean, you can comment on this as well and possibly agree with me, but when Nekosel has come out a lot of time, that has seemed to be a somewhat turning point. I mean, not always in their favor for a win, but when things are going like this, when Nekosel comes out, she has been able to bring the heat on the mound and get the Griffins back up to bat and really try and turn things around for them. Wouldn't you say?
Indeed, I would, Rod. As anytime, obviously, when she's out there to relieve whoever the starting pitcher was, she always does it with a smile on her face and is ready to strike some batters out, if you will.
Oh! I think we had a little bit of mix-up between Warobe and Nekosel. They both went at it. I think they both tried to grab the ball, but they had a little mix-up, and now that is somebody on first for the Blowfish. You hate to see that right there, Jim.
Yeah, but that would have been the final out, but
oh!
Silent hero trying to be a hero and make all the plays defensively.
I mean, it's not like the Blowfish hasn't done it to him, but that is it for out number 3, bottom of the 7th. The Griffins are up now. And now here comes Minnie Makoto.
Second baseman, number 37.
Now, they definitely need to be careful with Minnie Makoto. She's able to go out there. She's able to get on base. She has been a speed demon. And the Griffins could definitely use her to get on base. As now we are all lit up, 3-2. And, oh! Caught her with the bat on her shoulder. Didn't even move it.
Number 26.
Grounder, but again, this might be a quick inning again for the Griffins at bat here. And Shiro with a solid grounder, able to get a single.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 4.
Ball outside.
Now batting, the left fielder, Marvin Steve.
That is another deep fly ball out the left field. I think that one might hit the highway, Rod.
My God, I can't believe it. Starting off, Necocell unfortunately letting a 439-foot home run out, bringing us 5-1. But
as the game goes on, chances dwindling for the Griffins. That is not the way you want to support your team right there, giving up a monster shot like that. That is out number 1 if she strikes out the batter.
Now batting, the shortstop, Elvis Stanley.
That's up. Strike.
And, oh, that's a good hit, but it goes foul. And upset with that strikeout, but, I mean, you shouldn't be too upset. They currently have the lead. But, I mean, it still is kind of rough to strike out. I could totally understand it as, oh, Robe! Unfortunately, outstretched glove, unable to make the play.
Now batting, the second baseman, Cheyenne Hill.
Now they're sitting at 2 outs, though. Runner on second.
Indeed, if the Griffins want to make a game of this, they got to get it out here, and that is not how you do it. As that is another run across.
And oh, the out at second.
I spoke too soon, Rod. As that is out number 3, and the run doesn't count. As that is still only, but the home run does. The home run unfortunately does count. As that is a 5-1. Still a 5-1 lead for the Blowfish.
As now Lumpkin comes in, as that's another good, solid grounder from Eric. Oh, that's going to be 2.
Eric wiggled his little butt around the base paths and got the second and in scoring position for Dumpster.
All right, now Dumpster needs to go and try his best to try and keep this momentum going here in the bottom of the 8th. And, oh, that's a solid shot, but it might be up a little too high. Yep, the center fielder gets under it. But that is good. Oh, Eric trying to get the third. He does.
Seems to be the only one for the Griffins who's showing any kind of effort out there. Is Necocell coming out, fat man coming in to pinch hit.
As now we've got switches on both sides here.
Ball inside.
Up, 3 balls. And 1 strike now. 2, 3. 1 out. And, oh, that goes foul.
Fat man wants to help his team. He's going to hit the ball in play, and unfortunately that's going to be right at the center for the
but Eric's going home.
Sack fly happens, and that is out number 2, but it is 5-2 here on the sack fly with Lena stepping to the plate. Lena is on tongue-tied over all the excitement from this game, Rod. Is Lena looking for a first hit here?
Yeah, we are getting into the bare bones innings here, as that is finally a good, solid hit for Lena getting the first. As now here comes Red Robe. Let's see if he can make some good contact, get some good power behind it, and keep this going. But, oh, no. Go back. Go back. It doesn't go back far enough. And that is out number 3, as Woody Man now going to come in to close out this game on the pitching mound for the Griffins.
Now batting, the right fielder, Rod Ford.
And that's a solid hit, but it goes foul. Lena unable to get over there in time. That could have been an out, but... And Robe, look at that! Snatching that ball. Got it in front of it. And Shiro now with out number 2.
The center fielder, Nairub Wanda.
What do you mean dealing on the mound, itching his butt, looking for a little extra energy on the poop ball.
And, oh, look at that silent here. Goes back. And out number 3. As now Griffin's final at bat. Julio Hooper is going to have to pitch perfectly, and the fielding is going to have to be top-notch here, as that is a hit by Manny Machado and the first out incoming. But
Yes, yep, that was warning track power by Manny Machado. Does not get the ball over the fence. As Silent Hero step into the plate.
I mean,
Band-Aid Griffin faithful chanting, "We need a hero."
hopefully his bat doesn't stay silent here, as he is at 2 outs, 1 ball. And oh! That looked a little I'd have to call something on that. That looked a little low, but I mean, the umpires know what they're doing, I guess. That's why we're up here, they're down there. And now this game is almost over with Shiro up, 3 ball, 1 strike. And oh, a walk.
So takes a walk now as Donuts hoping to get a hit here and continue this game and not give up yet.
Ball, that's low.
Two balls now. 3. Oh, 1 strike. And that's another walk. Donut with a good, keen eye. That is 2 on for the Griffins now.
As the Griffins' most successful hitter is up, as Jeffrey Jenkins stepping in for the Blowfish. 1 swing of the bat from short bus, and this game is tied here in the bottom of the 9th.
Right, I mean, the pressure.
And second as that drops in foul.
And, oh, that's a grounder. But, you hate to see it, Jim. That is out number 3. And the Blowfish get the win here in the first match up against the Griffins here in the playoffs.
Let's go check out the box score as the Griffins, unfortunately, it was a little too late for them here, as you see there. The Blowfish just outscored them alone in that first inning, and that was all they needed.
Oh, it was a rough game all the way around. I mean, they had their chance here as we look at the little bit of stats here going there, Jim. I mean, they had a good opportunity, but unfortunately, this didn't happen today. But luckily, this is a best of 3, and they'll have another chance here possibly next week. As I gotta say, though, the Blowfish managing to do a lot of work thanks to those hits, those home runs, to be specific, wouldn't you say?
Indeed, I would. Obviously, the first game we only had the 1 home. The first game we didn't have any home runs. This game we had 4 by the Blowfish.
Right, and that did a majority of the damage. As now we go ahead, we take a little look-see at the pitching here tonight. As, well, I mean, it was pretty even. 3 managing to come out. We saw, obviously, Garfield started off. He was the one that let the majority of those home runs get by him, come from his pitching. I mean, obviously, Nekosel, she let one out, but still, we saw it again here. I mentioned it. Nekosel coming out, managing to do her best there on the pitching mound, trying to turn things around for the Griffins, but unfortunately, it was not to be.
Yep. Unfortunately, Garfield could not overcome. I mean, he's through 6 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs. 2 strikeouts and obviously the 3 home runs. He couldn't overcome that disastrous first inning, and that is what ended up costing the Griffins the game here. As we take a look at the top 3 stars for this game.
And unfortunately, it is all below fish. There you see the pitcher, Wanda Dregler. I mean, she was out there for so long, just putting down the Griffins. Even though, because of that, they're managing to make it to third, and they're in second. You got Marvin Steed with the home run, the RBI, 2 runs of his own there, going 2 for 4. And in first, you got Jose Carloco, 2 for 4, with his home runs, the 2 RBIs, and a run. So that is it for game number 2. But don't go nowhere. We've got one more game coming your way here tonight as we get deeper and deeper into these playoff games. So Jim and I will be back before you know it. So stay tuned, everybody. All right. That is the second game down. And also, hello, Static Fuzz. Welcome. And yeah, as Donut said, this is a simulation league, a community-based one, where we put a bunch of people on various teams and filled out the roster best we could. And yeah, now we're in the playoffs. This is, the first round of the playoffs, but playoffs all the same. All right, let me write this up here for the next game. Nope, that's not how you spell that. And there we go. That is that. We are done.
All right, goodbye, everybody.
The tweet is out. No, shut up. You know what I meant. So now we get on to the final game of the evening, and, well, we haven't actually seen... we haven't seen the Bastards play in a while. So, they're going up against the RT Tunes, who I believe they've played before, but probably not a lot because, different divisions and stuff. So, the question is, who is winning this game? The RT Tunes or RT Florida Flamingos. All right, you got 10 minutes to get your pick in. Because now you got to think. At one point, the RT Tunes were the number 1 team in the division. Okay, there you see the differences in them. So get your points down. Is it going to be... I mean, this is technically, this is like almost a championship-esque type game because, like I said, at one point, the RT Tunes were the number one in the Northern Division. That's what it is. Northern Division. Compared to everybody else. But of course, y'all know the Flamingos, they went to number one and they kind of just sat there all season long. Never wavered, never faltered. They just sat up there. So this could be a good tight game, or it could be an absolute slaughter. What are you thinking we might get, Jimbo?
I'm thinking we're going to get a competitive game that's not one-sided at all like the other two games.
I hope so. So let's get into it. We're at the Shaka Sports Turf. Hello everybody, we are back here for the third and final game of the evening here in these playoff games, as we've got the RT Tunes and the Florida Flamingos, the RT Florida Flamingos. As starting off, we got Sergio Viral starting on the pitching mound and Weird Larry up first. Gotta say, it has been quite the night here tonight, Jim, as we are on the third game. Some crazy interesting games, as it seems everybody seems to be on one side or another when it comes to their performance here tonight. And of course, what I mean by that is the fact that from the other two games we've seen, I don't want to say they were one-sided, but a definite big run differential either way when it came to offense and defense, when it came to the final scores.
It's a bit of a surprise there having Ricky at short. Folks may remember Ricky being the first base person for the Flamingos for most of the year.
Right, I mean, obviously this is playoffs. Maybe they're wanting to change things up a teensy tiny bit. And, oh, didn't take any of the bait and got a walk.
The second baseman, number 3.
As I'm looking at our wonderful prediction program that we got running, as that is out number 3 as we go into the bottom of the first. Looks like,
0-0.
Yeah, it is nothing. As it looks like we've got some heavy favorites, as probably well should be, for the Florida Flamingos to come out on top in this first game of a 3 possible game series for the first round of the playoffs.
I mean, Rod, we saw it all season from the Flamingos, as that is out number 1. We saw it all season from the Flamingos, as they showed why they were the heavy favorites all season. They are the number 1 seed here in the postseason of the G1 Baseball League, as the Tunes just barely scraped by to get in.
Well, you say that, but if we can recall a majority of the season, the Tunes started off nice, well-balanced, as they still are, and managing to stay on top in that number 1 spot in their division for quite some time. So they obviously have the know-how, the wherewithal to get wins and make some good plays
Yep, it's not, what I meant was not to be a knock against the Tunes, as they've earned their spot to get here. What I mean is that they struggled down the stretch, barely making into the postseason. As out number 3, as we go to the top of the second, still scoreless.
All right,
That
and
as a
right, I know what you meant, but you have to think the Tunes are obviously very capable out here on the field. But yeah, we definitely saw more growth from the other teams, which is why they struggled so much in the later seasons. I mean, especially from, well, the game we just came from, the Griffins. Obviously, we just saw the game. They didn't manage to win the game, that game, but, you know, they have more opportunities with this being a best-of-3 series. And maybe, just maybe, they can pick it up as the same with, you know, the Tunes, or possibly the Flamingos might need to do. You never know. You never can tell. But the Tunes with a runner on first here. It's good to see Sergio viral. Well, oh, that's a walk. As he, believe it or not, one of the major pitching players in the regular season, though not as top tier as some of the others we necessarily haven't seen, but definitely in the top tier of the top 10. Wouldn't you say, Jim?
I would. There was some consideration pitcher of the year if it was not for Clay Farah of the Griffins. Is not X-Ray, takes it over first, gets these for sure outs. As Yank out long steps to the plate here with runner second, third. Yep, Sergio Viral was in the top, at least in the top 5 consideration for pitcher of the year here in the G1 Baseball League. But Clay Farah ran away with that title late in the season.
And that one goes foul at a 2-2. And there we go, out number 2. With the Tunes having runners on second and third. One good solid hit could break this game open for the Tunes, as that one goes foul. And there it is. Sergio shuts it down. As coming up to pitch is Flint Cole. And, oh, look at this, the home run leader, first at bat in the playoffs. Unfortunately, that first hit goes foul. Home and away favorite because he can bat them suckers into the backfield. Oh, okay, it's fair. I mean, it was, you saw that, Jimmy.
It stayed fair, never crossed the foul line, stayed completely fair, unfortunately, for MVP Ricky of the RTFL Flamingos.
All right, I mean, that's got to sting for the Flamingos a little bit, especially for Ricky. As now, oh, that's going deep. Can they get there? Yes, Hilda without number 2 over there in foul territory. As now, here comes John Stumfeld, the right fielder. As Flint Cole seems to be throwing heat, but hits it over to Weird Larry there at first. As now we are in the third, and speaking of Weird Larry, he is the first at bat. And that's a solid hit, but look at that. Sal Benza out there in left field with that catch. Ooh, 3 balls, only 1 strike here. There we go. There's another good strike. And, oh, didn't fall for it. Hilda takes her base.
The shortstop, number 25.
That's high.
And, oh, we got a window birds to not X-ray at first for the double play, ending that half of the ending is now here comes Paradox Punk up first for the Flamingos.
Number 29.
Off the plate.
And unfortunately, that is the first out for the Flamingos here, as we are still scoreless.
That's low. That's inside.
March guys, Steve legs it out for an infield single. You don't
Yep.
see much of those during the 2-1 baseball league, but there it is. As Sergio Alvaro sets the play, more than likely we will see a bunt attempt, and that is almost perfectly executed.
Oh!
As the sacrifice bunt works, moves Steve over to second as Victoria Stumfeld steps to the plate 0 for 1 today, but a runner in scoring position here in the bottom of the third inning.
And, oh, that is a high ball, but no, can do.
Fortunately, that is it for the third inning. Here we go to the top of the fourth. Still goose eggs up there for both teams on the scoreboard.
Right, as now Viral back on the pitching mound. I mean, he is looking. Oh, right over the right over the bullpen over there, or the dugout rather. The bullpen's over there. Sorry.
Number 65.
Sorry, we go to so many of these freaking different locations, and the dugout and the bullpen, and even sometimes the foul lines are in such or territories are in such weird places. It's hard to keep them straight sometimes.
I know, and especially when we have our intern in charge of our travel, he's sending us to the wrong stadiums as well. You get all confused and turned around, and all of a sudden it is day 4 instead of day 3. And what did I order for lunch today?
Right? I never think I asked for a snack. Do I gotta get it myself? Steve, I wanted a cookie. Just a cookie. Like oatmeal. No. No, not raisins. What is wrong with you?
With you having an oatmeal cookie, there's chocolate chip, there's so many other cookies, but you want an oatmeal cookie?
No, he tried. I'll go get it my damn self.
Go get that cookie. I'm going to sit here and call it you a baseball league action while you yell at Steve about a damn cookie. S. Connie Windowbirds walks, and just like that, the Flamingos have a runner on. And obviously, with their team, all it takes is Sal Benza leads, steps up to the plate here, pointing for the home run. All it takes is one swing of the bat here, and all of a sudden, this game is in favor of the Flamingos. But I will say, Flint Cole is dealing on the mound for the Toons, surprisingly coming out. Maybe it's the motivation of being in the postseason. Maybe it's the intense nature of having a team in the playoffs. I'm not sure what it is, but so far he's thrown 3 innings, a hit, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. Hasn't given up any runs against the Flamingos. As that is a hit up center field, and that'll be a single, moving the runners up 90 feet. Moving the runners up, and now it is first and second with no outs.
Oh, hey, look at that. I came back in just in time to see Ricky with 2 on.
Yep. As that is a wild pitch that goes to the dugout, out of play. Runners advance immediately. It's now second and third with no outs. As they got caught in a run down there, unfortunately, they were trying to suicide squeeze, or maybe just a worse hit, but so far they're keeping this rundown active.
There it is.
Best, but that is out number 1.
The first baseman, number 2.
I gotta say, this is good cookie cream pie. Have you ever had a good cream pie there, Jim? Cookie?
can't. You know, I tend to stay away from the cookies at the stadium. That's because I get low when I have them cookies. I get a sugar rush, and then I have low energy. So, I mean, after the game, of course, I love any kind of cookie.
I mean, understandable. I mean, this is last game. I couldn't help myself to some sweets.
It's now John Stumpfeld stepping to the plate with runners on the corners and 2 outs. But that will do it. Hit back to Flint Cole for the final out. We go to the top of the 5th inning. Still double goose eggs up on the scoreboard.
Right? I mean, Flamingo so close to scoring that time. And, oh, Paradox. Punk got right under that as here come Yang Xiaolong for the RT Tunes. I mean, these cream pies, they're good. I mean, they're nice, they're creamy. I mean, if you sometimes they cook them a little long. And like the cream that they put on the whipped cream, it gets a little melty.
That is hit his head almost hits the umpire at second base out to center field. That is a single for the Tunes.
I mean, they can get a little messy, but when they're nice, they're warm, they're good. I mean, obviously they got them in chocolate chip. As Window Birds for the 3rd out over at first. Now, Paradox shouldn't commentate with my mouth full.
As gets over to first, safe out, be able to outrun the throws. Merch Guy Steve, who singled in his last time up, is looking to do the same here. Maybe advance the runner.
Oh! Unfortunately, he's going to be out number 1 as now here comes the pitcher. There it goes.
Old sacrifice bunt once again, and it executed perfectly. Moves the runner over to second.
It's now Victoria Stumpfeld comes up. 2 strikes already. Solid grounder, and there it is.
Safe. Managed to once again outbeat the run as the pressure is on here. Runners on the corners and 2 outs. Same situation as last inning. Let's see what happens here.
There it is. No. Ah!
Well, I'm going to ask that you don't commentate until you finish your baked oatmeal cream pie cookie.
All right. I'm so excited, though.
As Hilda steps to the plate here, 0 for 1 today with the walk. Sergio Viral dealing for the Tunes, or dealing for the Flamingos. This matchup is a complete 180 from the other 2 games we saw today. Is no team has scored yet, no team has busted it wide open, and everything has worked out to be at a stalemate, if you will, as that was a single to center. Dickie Dutchmiller stepping up for the RT Tunes here in the top of the 6th inning.
Right, it definitely is a turnaround of what we've seen, to say the least. I mean, it's not like, Florida. Stumpfeld over there. Nice catch.
Make the catch.
Yes. Not like the Flamingos haven't had a chance to get some runs in, but fortunately they got shut down when they got close. As again, we see that the RT Tunes are here, and they definitely deserve to be here against even a number 1 team like the Flamingos.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 65.
looking at the prediction machine here. It looks like a lot of the fans. It looks like a heavy favorite once again for the Flamingos. Of course, this season showed why they should be the favorites going into this game. That is out number 3, and another goose egg up there. We see a lot of zeros, but nothing else across as it is 0-0 heading to the bottom of the 6th inning.
Fielder, number 33.
All right, let's see what Sal Benza can do.
Ball inside.
2 balls now, and solid hit, but oh, missed it. Looks like it bounced off the side of his glove. Sal, safe at first, and now here comes Ricky. Now, he's got nothing so far this game, but if he can get a hold of a ball, it might be... Oh, no. Over there in foul territory, Hilda without number 1. Ricky gone again. And that one foul. And we got a runner going to second, but now here comes John Stumfeld.
Once again, a hit in any direction will bring this across.
Right, I mean, if he can get that hit deep enough, though, he might be able to bring that second baseman home. Just, ooh, needs the right kind of pitch. And that one ain't going to do it. As now we go into the top of the 7th. Still a whole bunch of big old ostrich eggs there on the scoreboard, Jim.
Indeed, as Cornelius Chalmers out, Blake Belladonna into pinch hit to maybe shake things up for the Tunes here. Sergio Viral still dealing. Pitch count a little high in the top of the 7th there as he's thrown a few walks, giving up a few hits, but...
Right, I mean, he seems pretty solidly... Oh!
An error by John Stumfeld. The ball gets past him into the warning track as the runner stops at second with a double here.
Now batting.
John getting a little cocky, trying to slide in for the catch, but he didn't go where the ball was going to go. And that might come back to hurt the Flamingos in a big way here. But there he goes. Viral. With the pressure on here in the top of the 7th. Locked in. Throwing them. I mean, he is... now over 100 pitches here. And that is up. Looks like the catcher says he's got it. Out number 2.
Now batting, the pitcher, number 29.
So now here comes the pitcher, Flint Cole.
Is getting the out here would be huge for the Flamingos, and that is a fly ball right to John Stumfeld. Doesn't make an error this time. Catches the ball for the final out. We go to the bottom of the 7th with the Flamingos looking to put a run across here. Is Paradox Punk leading off. I'll be honest, Rob, when we saw the matchup between these two teams, I didn't expect it to be scoreless as long as it has.
Right, I mean, I will agree with, apparently a majority of people out there that I thought Florida... Oh, that's a walk there for Paradox Punk. As now here comes merch guy Steve. As I thought... No, Renee Cast coming in to pitch hit. And... I thought Florida was going to dominate. I really did, because that is what they've been doing. As we got a steal attempt, and safe at second.
Indeed, Punk easily gets underneath it. And just like that, the runner advances to third on the outs.
As now, here you see Sergio Viral coming up to bat, but not staying there. Meg taking his place as... the Flamingos are getting hungry. Kind of like I was with that cream pie. Just stuffing my face. As we got a steal. And there's one in for the Flamingos.
The Tunes make the only play they can, and it results in the Flamingos taking the lead here, finally putting some on the scoreboard in the bottom of the 7th here as Victoria Stumpfeld is up with 2 outs.
And that's a solid hit, but yep, looks like the right fielder over there for out number 3, but still, as Camilla comes out to the pitching mound for the Flamingos.
Shut this game down for the Flamingos and anchor them with a W.
Right, I mean.
Weird Larry, who's 0 for 3 today, as Virus Elite stepping in for Renee Casas. Obviously, they prefer a catcher behind the plate instead of someone who's out of position.
Right, oh. Missed the mark a little bit there, but 1 run is all the Flamingos will need if they manage to get this. As Window Birds gets it over to not X-Ray at first for the first out.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 28.
Is now Hilda out here. 1 for 2 so far in this game. But still, this whole game, the pressure has been building and building. Is that going to be good for a double? It is all the way back to the wall. There she goes. And, okay, thought about going to third there for a split second.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 24.
Steve Wright.
As the Tunes are looking to answer here.
Right, as
high fly ball out to right field. I think everybody's going to stay put on this play. And yep, the runner once again thinking about running to third, but keeping it second, not giving up a free out here.
And and unable to get the throw to third, as now final out. They need to
And just like that, the Tunes tie this ball game up on the wild, thanks to the steal, the wild pitch, thanks to the double, the wild pitch, and now the single to left field.
Now the pressure is beyond belief here. This is the top of the 8th. We still have the 9th to go, and it is 1-1. And that is a pop-up. That's going to be good for the third out, as now the Flamingo is going to come back.
As the Flamingos get a chance to answer here in the bottom of the 8th, 1-1. We waited for scoring for so long, and both teams have scored a single run as Connie Windowbirds, the speedster for the Flamingos, who took a walk earlier. Somehow Flint Cole is still out there dealing for the Tunes. I have a feeling if he gives up another hit, he'll be coming out rather quick.
Right, I mean, he's one of their better pitchers. They don't want to just up and give up on him, pull him out. If he still believes, and the staff still believes he's got what it takes, but there we go. Dirty Kevin coming in to replace him here. As we got a steal. I think that was a mistake, as that is the first out. Ouch. You hate to see it. I mean, again, the Flamingos might be getting a little bit too greedy. As, that is a walk, as now Sal Benza is on first. As now here comes Ricky. As now we have seen him thrive under pressure. I mean, he is the home run guy, so to speak, there in the regular season. As Sal makes a run for it, gets to second, as that is a dropped ball right there. Another foul, but that one didn't go back far enough. That is the second out. As I gotta say, Jim, Ricky just not having a lot of luck at bat here today.
Indeed, it seems like whatever mojo he had from the regular season has kind of left his bat.
Right, and oh, that's a solid hit.
Keeping the runner at third, not risking an out for a run here as John Stumpfeld stepping to the plate, looking to have a reversal of fortune himself, 0 for 3 today.
Right, I mean, they are at 2 outs. They need to make this play, and oh, that one goes foul.
If the RT Tunes want to win this, they're going to have to stop. They're going to have to get a final out here.
Uh-oh, we're going to get a possible intentional walk, maybe? Nope, that goes foul. He swings at it.
Everybody's going to be taking off on this pitch. Let's see what happens.
And that's it, but, yep, the right fielder, Yang Xiaolong, gets under it, as now we are in the 9th, and it is tied up.
Still 1-1 as the pressure has been high ever since the 5th inning. As Camilla's still dealing for the Flamingos here in the top of the 9th inning.
Right, the pressure is unbelievable. The tension, you could cut it with those crappy forks that they give you for the freaking Boston Crab. I don't know why they give you those forks. They're awful. That's why everybody uses their fingers, and it gets all buttery. And out number 2.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 31.
And uh-oh. That one fair goes all the way back. Going to be good for a double.
Now batting, the pitcher, number 21.
Because now, I mean, they just need 1 out. And Camilla here going to try and give it to him, as he's got 2 strikes. And, oh, that's a ball. That was a fast one, too. And here it goes. Flamingo's last chance, or we're going to go to a 10th inning here.
Indeed, we're going to give you free. We might give you a free baseball if
Now in the game, number 69.
if the Flamingos don't manage to win this one.
All right, Paradox Punk, center fielder, 1 for 2 here. And oh, hit it. I mean, luckily it wasn't, I mean, got the glove there. Didn't, like, take out the pitcher or nothing that we've seen so often in the past. But as now, Virus Elite with the hit right to the right fielder. Oh, you hate to see it.
Yep, as I believe we will see a pinch hitter for, yep, indeed, Logan stepping out. Logan, who hasn't had a ton of chances this season for the Flamingos as their offense was dominating.
Right, and that's going to be the last out right there. We're going into extra inning, everybody.
Yep, Joe Starr going to be pitching for the Flamingos here.
Yep, see if he can close this out here in extra innings and shut the Tunes down, and hopefully the Flamingos can get that run. Is back to the wall for a double.
Again, another double for the RT Tunes leading off here in the top of the 10th.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 28.
Ooh, 2-2. And there we go. Out number 1.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 24.
And that's fair, but that is out number 2. But that runner gets the third.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 3.
And that's a pop-up, and that is going to be good for the third out.
We go to the bottom of the 10th, still one apiece here. With just one run, could win it for the Flamingos.
Yeah, and I'm sure the Tunes are well aware of that, as Dirty Kevin is going to have to be on top of his game. And that is out number one, as now here comes Rusty Bonjour. Indeed, got that catch, as now here comes Connie Windowbirds.
It is a walk. Connie Windowbirds, the speedster, once again on the base. Hopefully she doesn't get caught in a rundown once again.
All right, hopefully they played a little bit more strategic with a possible steal attempt.
Well, they're going to have to do something here, else this game's going to... Oh, once again, they read the play like a book, and that is out number 2. You hate to see it.
Yeah. I think if Sal doesn't do something like that right there, we might be going into more innings, the 11th inning. But now Ricky.
Oh, Ricky, MVP Ricky. The fans are chanting for him. They want to see him send him home with a smile. That is not how you're going to do it.
No, Ricky swung at the first pitch that came toward him. Might not have been the best thing. As now we are into the top of the 11th here, Jim. We going long here. 11 long innings.
That is out number 1. We once again this is tied for the one of the longest games in our season.
Oh, out number 2 for the Tunes there.
The center fielder, number 69.
Nope, that's high. Nope, inside. Steve Wright.
Woo. Thankfully, that one's only good for a single, but still 2 outs.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 31.
As now Yang is 1 for 4, managing to get a double, but Ricky sliding in, unable to get up in time to get the throw to first, as now that is 2 on for the Tunes. As Dirty Kevin not going to bat, bringing in Ruby Rose to pitch hit. And right down the center. That's somebody going home.
That is a run across, and the Tunes take a 2-1 lead.
Now pitching.
And Joe Star out, incoming Will Brewer.
They got to get the final out here if they're going to have any kind of chance in the bottom of the 11th.
2 strikes, 1 ball. That one goes foul. Hits the ground. And out number 3, and oh, he is not happy with it. Woo! As now looks like Miranda Worth is going to be pitching for the Tunes, as not X-Ray. Not X-Ray up first. As they need to make 1, well, not just 1. They need to make 2 to end this game and get the win here.
But that is not how you're going to start it. There's a pop fly and an out.
Now batting.
John Stumpfeld 0 for 4, looking like many of the other Flamingo batters, looking for a reversal of fortunes. That is a deep fly ball out to left field to the warning track. This will be extra bases for sure, Rod.
Yep, going to second, staying firmly there is now Paradox Punk coming up.
He was 1 for 3 today with a single and a walk. Hopefully the Flamingos don't bungle this chance by trying to steal and get caught once again.
Oh! No. He thought about it. I mean...
The center fielder was on top of that as soon as that ball got past second base. There was no chance for a play there. As that is a well-hit ball, but unfortunately directly to Rusty Bonjour for the second out. Last chance for the Flamingos as Virus Elite step into the plate. If they're going to keep this game alive, he's got to get on base.
That he does. Or the Toons might pull out a win here in the first game of the series right before our eyes against the very dominant #1 team, the Flamingos.
Full count, everything's on the line.
And that does it.
That will do it. The RT Toons coming out and pulling off the biggest upset of the weekend.
Right. I mean, we've had so many games here tonight. The 2 games, they managed to... I don't want to say they disappointed because that is the wrong word, but they were definitely something to behold. And I got to say, this Toons, as we look at the scoreboard, the Toons and the Flamingos, look at that. Just look at that.
Indeed, no scoring until the 7th, and just unfortunately the Flamingos got caught stealing way too many times, and that was their biggest downfall here today. As you see, take a look at how the hitters did overall.
Right, I mean they got greedy there at one point, and it hurt them.
Indeed, they were trying to advance runners, which is a solid strategy. The problem is when you do it too much, the defense tends to read it like a play and enable a proper defense.
Right, as there you see all the hitters. Obviously, no big hits, home runs, that is, today. And, I mean, that is something definitely out of the ordinary for a lot of people on the Flamingo. Especially Ricky. He had many at-bats, but just couldn't get behind that ball today, it seemed. But, I mean, that's the way it played out today. They have other opportunities here in the next couple of games but the big thing is, look at this pitching.
Indeed, it was solid pitching all the way around. Unfortunately, just better pitching by the Toons here.
But the big thing is, both the starting pitchers, all right, today, they had almost like a duel to the death. Both going 7 innings. Flint Cole and Sergio Viral. I mean, Viral only letting out 4 hits to Cole's 5. Though Cole did have a little bit less strikeouts than Viral as well, but eventually things turned. We got some different pitchers in, and it was definitely a pitcher's game here today, wouldn't you say, Jim?
Indeed, a pitcher's day abound, as you see all the pitchers who did well. 10 strikeouts by the Flamingos, as well as we go to the scoreboard to see who our top 3 players of the game were.
And there they are. A nice little mix there. You see coming in at third, you got Sal Benza, who went 3 for 4, as I got to say, with the single base. I mean, that just tells you how close, how rough this game was, that Sal going 3 for 4 with that hit is in third, and of course the top 2 are pitchers. Like I said, this was a pitcher's duel. This was a pitcher's game. And there you see it in second from the Tunes, Flint Cole going 7 innings. All right, and then, of course, Jim, you got Sergio Viral there in first.
Indeed, also going 7 innings, 4 hits, the 3 walks, and 6 strikeouts. If they didn't run his pitch count too high, this game might have been a different story, as he was dealing the entire game up until he got taken out for a reliever.
Right, indeed. And that is it for this first round of games. We will be back next week with the next round, game 2 in these couple of first series round of games here on the G1 Baseball League playoffs. So till then, I myself and Jim over there, we'll see you then. Well, now, that was a game. Holy moly.